Hi friends, very good morning to all of you and welcome to the Stepwise Immigrations YouTube channel. Today the topic is what is Express Entry and how do you ensure that are you eligible for Express Entry or not. Express Entry is nothing but basically a program initiated by Canadian Immigration and Citizenship in year 2015, and it continues since that time. It's a process to evaluate prospective applicants, those who wish to immigrate to Canada, whether they are eligible or they are not eligible. And if they are eligible, they are allowed an entry and access into a pool of candidates who are then evaluated on the basis of meritocracy. So these are two different parts. So let's firstly evaluate the first part. The first part is, are you eligible or not? So the eligibility depends on the 67-point matrix. It's a calculator, it's a calculation that every individual has to go through to ensure whether he is eligible or not. And it primarily depends on various human factors like human capital factor, education, first language ability, experience, age, adaptability, arranged employment, and a second language ability. If somebody has ability in speaking both English and French language. So there are only two languages that Canada recognizes, which is English and French. So if anybody has the second language ability, he can get points for second language ability as well. And there is a complete matrix for that. And if you really want to have a look at it, what the matrix is, you can visit our website. In the blog section, there is a blog that which says that do I qualify for Express Entry, or it says who is eligible for Express Entry. So you can, based on those matrices, so there are different tables available on our website, which is the education table, the experience table, the age table, the English language proficiency table, and an adaptability table and arranged employment table. So based on that, you can give yourself scores and see whether you are eligible or not. That's one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is you can go to CIC's website and you can do an eligibility using a calculator available on the CIC's website. However, it is better to do manually by going through all these tables, because there are certain points which you may not be able to, if you don't answer the right questions on the CIC's website, you might lose out a chance of getting the scores. So hence, you can look through that and you can actually find out that whether you are eligible or not. Now let's assume for a minute that you are eligible. Most of the people are eligible if they are less than 50 years of age, generally speaking. And if they have a graduation degree, and if they have 5 to 6 years of experience, they become eligible. Now that you are eligible, what is the next step? So if you are eligible, ideally everybody should be allowed to come in, but no, there is a quota that CIC has come up for every year. As mentioned, this year also, it is about 350,000 people who would be invited to apply and probably will be given permanent residency. And this quota is there for next 3 years, which has already been announced. More than 1 million people, 1,100,000 people will be invited and will be given permanent residency in Canada. Now, how do you become a lucky one or eligible one, or a person who actually qualifies for the candidature and you get the invitation to apply? That primarily depends on another score calculator, which is called comprehensive ranking score, which is evaluated again based on these same human factors, but the calculation is a little different. In this case, the calculation largely depends on your language ability and your age. If your age is less than 30, and if you are a postgraduate, and if you have an advanced English language ability, the chances are that you will make the cut. In order to evaluate further, again, there is a CRS tool available on CIC's website wherein you can punch in the numbers and you can get your scores, your tentative scores. However, there are two basic things that every individual who is a prospective immigrant has to do. And the first one is appear for IELTS general examination. I'm again repeating, it's IELTS general examination. Please do not confuse it with IELTS academic examination, because that is actually required for students who want to take up admissions in Canadian institutions. So be specific, go for IELTS general examination, get the results. And the second step that you need to do is get your education assessed from education credential assessment bodies which are there in Canada. There are multiple kinds of bodies. I mean, there are 4 or 5 different bodies which are there. To name them, these are World Education Services, International Credential Assessment Service of Canada, Comparative Education Service, University of Toronto, International Qualification Assessment Service, and International Credential Evaluation Services. So you can go to any of them. However, the recommended one is World Education Services, because they are faster, they are quick, and they're efficient, and their customer service is really excellent. So that's why my recommendation is that you should go for a assessment from WES. We have a separate video coming for how to apply for WES. There will be a proper tutorial on how to apply for WES in the coming videos that we will be publishing on our YouTube channel, which will certainly be very helpful to you. And I'm sure that you will continue to follow us. And in order to follow us, if you find our videos really helpful, you can come and subscribe our channel. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel, so that whenever there is a new video that gets published, you come and you can check that video. Thank you.